Sometimes you just got to follow your heart, even when it's not perfectly planned out. The first time I thought about resigning was the 2008 recession when it first hit. I was studying for my project management cert. I planned it out perfectly. I would get certified in project management, quit my job, and if things went wrong in the entrepreneurial world, I would have my certification to fall back into if I want to get back into corporate America. The news, family, friends, they're all telling you, thank goodness you have a job. Keep your job. Now is not the time to make any risky moves like start a business. Despite that being beat into my head daily, I continued on with my plan to study for this exam for 6 months every day. I found my window of opportunity and decided to finally take the exam. Finally, I was so ready to hand in my resignation. A week before I was about to apply to take the exam, a family emergency came up, and I had to spend the money I saved to pay for the cert to pay for this family emergency. It felt like someone knocked the wind out of me. Why did this have to happen to me right now? Right when the plan seemed to be playing out so well. After that, I became super discouraged and bitter and just left the whole idea of getting my cert behind, and I just felt like plan A totally failed. I had been bitter the entire time from a failed plan A, and really just in a place between resentment and sadness. A close friend of mine advised me, if you want to quit your job, just do it. Make that simple decision. And I looked at him like, this dude is crazy. What is he talking about? You can't just quit your job. You've got to have a solid plan in place to make the transition easy. It's not that simple. So one day, I woke up and just changed my mind. I decided at that moment to take the leap and go totally full-time as an entrepreneur. With no real savings outside of my 401k, I didn't tell anyone of my plans outside of my significant other. I threw all logic out the window and decided to leave a safe, salaried job with great benefits to take on the treacherous waters of entrepreneurship. That day, it was in the middle of an ice storm, right before my 29th birthday. I was working from home and in the middle of yet another day-long email firestorm between coworkers and department heads. I was staring at my email box with my boss's name sitting right there. I had wrote my letter of resignation 3 times already in that sitting. Typing, deleting, typing, deleting. This went on and on for what seemed like forever. My heart was pounding so fast. I was nauseous, and all I could hear in my head were all the people's voices telling me it wasn't a good time yet. I kept thinking of every logical reason to not do what I was about to do next. And in that moment, I said, screw it. I finally pressed send. And at that moment, the weight of everything just lifted off of me, and I felt so much lighter. Like I was about to float away. I simply made the decision in that split second to change my life. In that moment, I followed my heart and did what others said should not have been done at that time. I was tired of coming to my cubicle every morning crying and then trying to keep it together for my staff because I was a manager. I knew deep down I wasn't supposed to be there. Every day, I listened to Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret to get me through the grueling day. I had done this for a year before I decided to finally call it quits and focus on my new journey. After I finally sent that resignation, I all of a sudden felt all my problems go away. It was a very childlike sense of adventure that suddenly fell upon me. I could now do whatever I wanted with my time. I literally felt that cheesy line that said, "The world is in your hands." I felt that. I walked outside and everything looked different to me. The sky was brighter, it was bluer, the air was crisper. It just felt so right. It was right.